Stop calling it old age. Inside your legs, your blood has thickened into a toxic syrup that can no longer reach your toes. This internal suffocation is why your balance is failing right now. If you don't force these pipes back open immediately, a wheelchair isn't just a possibility, it's your destination. Imagine, just for a second, that the very foundation of your body is beginning to fail in silence. Most people over the age of 60 wake up every morning with feel that familiar chill in their toes or a strange heavy stiffness in their calves, and they simply dismiss it. They tell themselves it is just a part of getting older, a natural slowing down of the clock. But what if I told you that those cold feet are not just a symptom of age, but a desperate, final warning from your cardiovascular system? What if that heaviness in your legs is actually the sound of a ticking time bomb? If you continue to ignore these signals, you are not just slowing down. You are standing on the precipice of a life-altering disaster. A single misstep, a tiny lapse in balance caused by starved nerves, and the sickening sound of bone snapping against a hard floor could become the final curtain call for your independence. For many seniors, a hip fracture isn't just an injury. It is the beginning of a rapid decline that ends in a wheelchair or worse. Welcome to EldraFit Nutrition. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. If you value your mobility and want to protect your freedom as you age, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to keep bringing you this vital, life-saving research. The terrifying reality beneath your skin is something doctors call endothelial fatigue. Your arteries are not just hollow pipes. They are lined with a delicate, microscopic layer of cells that act as a sophisticated chemical factory. This factory's primary job is to produce a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. When you were younger, this lining was as smooth as silk and as flexible as a rubber band, allowing blood to surge through your body with effortless grace. But as you pass the milestone of 60, that factory begins to shut down. The lining becomes scarred, sluggish, and rigid. Without enough nitric oxide to tell your vessels to relax, they remain gripped in a permanent, suffocating constriction. Your blood, which should be as fluid and life-giving as a mountain stream, begins to transform. It thickens. It slows down. It begins to move through your lower extremities like heavy, cold syrup trying to pass through a narrow straw. When your blood reaches this syrup state, every single cell below your knees begins to suffocate. Your muscles are gasping for oxygen that never arrives. Your peripheral nerves, the very sensors that tell you where your feet are in relation to the floor, start to wither and go dark from lack of nourishment. This is why you feel that phantom tingling, that numbness, or that terrifying sense of instability when you stand up too quickly. You are witnessing the slow death of your microcirculation. If you do nothing to reverse this syrup flow, your body will eventually stop trying to repair the damage. Wounds won't heal. Skin will grow thin and ghostly. Your legs will feel like lead weights, dragging you toward a future of immobility and dependency. But there is a hidden rhythm to this biological decline. And for the first time, science has revealed how to interrupt it. Before we reveal the secret drinks that can force your arteries to reopen by 30%, I want you to look inward and be honest with yourself about the current state of your foundation. Now, I have a reflective question for you to consider. Please think deeply and share your answer in the comments below. If you had to choose the primary reason why you want to fix your leg circulation today, which would it be? A. The fear of loss. I am terrified of losing my independence, falling, or becoming a burden to my family due to poor mobility. B. The desire for life. I want to feel young again, to walk without pain, and to have the energy to travel and play with my grandchildren. Please comment with A or B below. Your answer helps us understand your journey, and it reminds others that they are not alone in this fight for health. Stay with me, because what we are about to discuss next is the exact sequence of natural chemistry that can turn that syrup back into a rushing river of life. To understand how to reclaim the strength and warmth of your youth, you must first understand the invisible architect of your circulation, nitric oxide. This is not just another chemical in your body. It is a miracle molecule, a tiny gas messenger that carries the command for life to flow. Imagine your blood vessels as a vast, intricate network of tunnels. Nitric oxide is the signal that tells the walls of those tunnels to relax, to widen, and to let the lifeblood surge through. Without it, your arteries remain gripped in a state of permanent tension, tight and unyielding. The tragedy of aging is that by the time you celebrate your 60th birthday, your body's natural factory for this gas has slowed to a crawl. Research shows that after 60, our ability to produce nitric oxide plummets by nearly 50%. It is as if the power grid of your circulatory system is flickering out, leaving your furthest extremities, your toes, your heels, and your calves in the cold and the dark, struggling to survive on the mere scraps of oxygen that manage to squeeze through. But why focus on what we drink rather than what we eat? The answer lies in the urgent physics of your blood. As we age, our digestive systems become less efficient, often struggling to break down heavy solids and extract the delicate nutrients required for vascular repair. When you consume these nutrients in a concentrated liquid form, you are essentially providing your body with a fast pass to recovery. A drink bypasses the long, taxing labor of digestion, allowing life-saving nitrates and polyphenols to enter your bloodstream within minutes. This rapid absorption is crucial because nitric oxide is volatile. It is created and consumed in a heartbeat. To revitalize your legs, you need a delivery system that is as fast as the blood flow you're trying to restore. Furthermore, we must address the silent crisis of senior dehydration. Many older adults consciously limit their fluid intake to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, but this choice comes at a devastating cost. When you are even slightly dehydrated, your blood loses its fluidity and becomes viscous, placing an enormous strain on a heart that is already working too hard. By adopting a ritual of specialized circulation drinks, you are solving two problems at once. You are thinning the syrup of your blood with much-needed hydration, and you are simultaneously flooding your system with the raw materials needed to trigger vasodilation. Unlike a synthetic pill or a laboratory-made supplement, these natural liquids carry a complex symphony of cofactors, vitamin C, magnesium, and bioactive flavonoids that work in perfect harmony with your body's own chemistry. A pill is a lonely, isolated chemical, but a glass of nature's own fusion is a living remedy. It provides the protective shield that prevents nitric oxide from being destroyed by oxidative stress the moment it is born. This is the science of flow. It is about more than just taking something for your health. It is about providing your vessels with the exact liquid environment they need to remember how to be flexible, how to be open, and how to breathe again. As we move forward, remember that every sip is an intentional act of restoration, a signal to your body that you are no longer willing to let your foundation wither in the cold. Now, we must step into nature's apothecary to meet the 8 botanical allies that will serve as the architects of your new circulation. We begin with the humble act of awakening the system. When you stir half a lemon into a glass of warm water each morning, you are doing far more than hydrating. You are protecting the very enzymes that manufacture nitric oxide. This citrus ritual acts as a gentle sunrise for your liver and vessels, ensuring that the cold stiffness in your toes begins to dissolve before you even finish your breakfast. To further this internal thaw, we turn to ginger tea. This ancient root contains gingerol, a warming compound that acts like a key, unlocking the microscopic capillaries in your feet that have been clamped shut for years. As you sip this spicy infusion, you may feel a faint, tingling flush, a sign that blood is finally returning to the territories it had long abandoned. As the day progresses, we introduce the undisputed kings of vascular expansion, beetroot and pomegranate. Beetroot juice is the raw fuel for your journey, packed with dietary nitrates that your body converts into life-giving gas. In clinical settings, this simple earth-red liquid has enabled seniors to increase their walking distance by 17% in just 2 weeks. But to ensure this nitric oxide isn't lost to the fires of inflammation, we pair it with pomegranate juice. Rich in deep red polyphenols, pomegranate acts as a protective shield, allowing the nitric oxide to survive and circulate longer. When these two are blended into a crimson fusion, the effect is synergistic, a powerhouse of liquid chemistry that can widen arteries by 30% in a matter of hours. To maintain this newfound elasticity, we look to green tea, which functions as a form of internal stretching for your vessel walls. Its catechins activate the same biological pathways as aerobic exercise, keeping your arteries supple throughout the afternoon. For those who suffer from the agonizing grip of nighttime leg cramps, Tart Cherry juice is your evening salvation. Its dark anthocyanins calm the hidden inflammation that stiffens your vessels, while its natural melatonin allows your body to repair its vascular network in the stillness of sleep. Finally, we embrace real unsweetened cocoa. Rich in flavanols, cocoa directly enhances the speed at which you walk by improving oxygen delivery to your calf muscles. These are not merely beverages, they are targeted biological interventions. When you look into your cup and see these deep violets, bright yellows, and rich browns, you are looking at the very colors of a body returning to life, one intentional sip at a time. The restoration of your circulation is not a single event. It is a daily covenant you make with your body. You must realize that nitric oxide is as fleeting as a breath. It is a ghost molecule that performs its miracle and then vanishes. It cannot be stored in a reservoir or saved for a rainy day. This is why consistency is your only path to true healing. Think of your vascular health like the battery of a smartphone. Every morning you wake up, that battery is low and the syrup in your veins is waiting to thicken. If you skip a day of nourishment, your levels dip, your vessels constrict, and the cold returns. To stay ahead of the decline, you must adopt a rhythm, a sequence of flow that keeps your internal gates open from dawn until dusk. Your daily journey begins at sunrise with the cleansing warmth of lemon water to awaken the dormant enzymes. By mid-morning, as you feel the chill of the world, a cup of ginger tea acts as a secondary spark to keep the warmth traveling toward your heels. At lunch, when your metabolic needs are highest, you flood your system with the deep crimson power of beet and pomegranate juice, providing the raw materials for a surge of nitric oxide that will carry you through the afternoon. As the sun begins to set, you replace the jarring spike of coffee with the gentle, elasticizing embrace of green tea. Finally, as night falls, you prepare your body for the sacred work of repair with the anti-inflammatory comfort of Tart Cherry or the flavanol-rich luxury of cocoa. This sequence ensures that your arteries never have the chance to tighten into a grip of stone. However, the ultimate secret to unlocking this liquid medicine lies in the golden combination, the marriage of chemistry and motion. Never simply drink and sit. Within 15 minutes of your circulation ritual, you must engage the mechanical pumps of your body. Even as you sit in your favorite chair, perform simple ankle circles, rhythmic toe taps, or gentle calf raises. These tiny, intentional movements act as a biological bellows, fanning the flames of the nitric oxide you have just consumed. The muscle contractions send a signal to the newly relaxed vessels, pulling the oxygen-rich blood deep into the starving tissues of your feet. This synergy, the drink providing the fuel and the movement providing the pump, is what transforms a simple habit into a profound medical intervention. You are not just drinking, you are retraining your body to remember the joy of a life in motion. The healing you are about to embark upon does not end at your ankles. You must realize that the very same blood now warming your toes is the same blood that carries the spark of your thoughts. There is a profound, hidden connection between the steady strength of your legs and the clarity of your mind. When you clear the syrup from your lower extremities, you are simultaneously clearing the fog from your brain. More oxygen reaching your cerebral vessels means a sharpening of focus, a lifting of the spirit, and a softening of the quiet anxiety that so often accompanies the feeling of physical decline. A body that flows freely is a mind that feels light, vibrant, and alive. However, this sanctuary of flow is fragile, and you must protect it from the silent saboteurs of modern life. All the healing power of nitric oxide can be neutralized by a single, common enemy: excess salt. High sodium acts like an invisible hand tightening around your arteries, forcing them to constrict and canceling the benefits of your circulation drinks. To truly thrive, you must keep your salt intake beneath 2 grams a day and embrace the balance provided by potassium-rich foods like spinach and bananas, which help your vessels maintain their newfound rhythm. Furthermore, you must be the guardian of your own safety. If you are already taking blood-thinning medications, treat these potent natural remedies with the respect they deserve and consult your physician, as the strength of ginger and beets can amplify those effects. If you can find the discipline to maintain this ritual for just 30 days, you will witness a phenomenon known as arterial training. Your blood vessels will do more than just relax. They will begin to structurally remodel themselves. They grow wider, more resilient, and more efficient at delivering the life-giving oxygen your body has craved for years. Youth is not a distant memory or a number on a birth certificate. It is the presence of flow and the absence of stagnation. Tomorrow morning, as you pour that first glass of lemon water, remember that you are not merely treating a symptom. You are reclaiming the river of life that has always belonged to you. Keep your body moving, keep your heart open, and let the warmth return. As we reach the conclusion of this journey into the science of flow, take a moment to look at your hands and your feet. Within them lies a complex, ancient map of vessels that has carried you through every joy, every struggle, and every mile of your 60-plus years. We have seen how easily that map can become obscured by the syrup of stagnant circulation and the stiffness of aging arteries. But we have also discovered that the map can be redrawn. By harnessing the quiet, persistent power of nitric oxide through 8 simple natural drinks, you are doing something far more profound than just warming your toes. You are reawakening the very essence of your vitality. You are choosing to move from a state of constriction and fear, the fear of falling, the fear of losing your independence, into a state of expansion and freedom. The profound lesson we must take away today is this: your body is not a machine that simply wears out until it breaks. It is a living, breathing ecosystem that never stops listening to the signals you send it. When you ignore the coldness and the heaviness, you are signaling to your body that you have given up on the flow of life. But when you reach for that glass of lemon water, that crimson beet fusion, or that warming ginger tea, you are sending a message of hope and restoration. You are telling your cells that they are still worth nourishing. The secret to aging with grace is not found in a single miracle pill, but in the rhythmic, daily commitment to your own biology. Consistency is the language your body understands best. Applying this to your life today is simpler than you might think. Do not feel overwhelmed by the need for perfection. Instead, choose just one drink from our list to start with tomorrow morning. Perhaps it is the cleansing warmth of lemon water or the invigorating power of a beet pomegranate mix. Pair that drink with 5 minutes of gentle movement, tapping your toes or stretching your calves, to tell your heart where that blood needs to go. Make this your new morning covenant. As the days turn into weeks, you will notice the warmth returning, the heaviness lifting, and the world feeling a little more stable beneath your feet. You are not just surviving, you are flowing. Before you go, I would love to hear from you. We are building a community here dedicated to strength and longevity, and your perspective matters to us all. Which one, the 8 circulation-boosting drinks discussed today, are you most excited to try first tomorrow morning? Please share your choice in the comments below so we can all see which remedy is the most popular and perhaps share our own recipes. And if you found this information valuable, please subscribe to EldraFit Nutrition. Your subscription is the fuel that gives us the motivation to continue researching and creating these deep dive videos to support your health journey. Thank you for being with us, and may your path always be one of steady, warm, and vibrant flow.